Hello, and welcome back to Sex, Love, and the Self. I hope you all had a beautiful holiday season and are looking forward to the next year with excitement, joy, and belief in yourself, in all the wonderful that can come in this year. So today it's going to be a little bit different. I just want to read you a story that I'm going to get to in a second here. But mostly, I just want to say that I hope that we can all take what we can from the lessons, the opportunities, the growth that we all experienced in 2023, even the difficult parts, perhaps most importantly, the difficult parts, and grow from that. Create this next year, this next version of ourselves with more intention and more love and more passion for the lives that we're living. So for the last decade or so, I have entirely abandoned the idea of resolutions for a variety of reasons and elected instead to reframe them as focus points, hopeful pursuits, squirrel dreams, if you will. Back in 2017, I wrote a blog post about one of my favorite inspirations, my sweet girl Rumi, that I want to share with you. Squirrel Dreams. There are a lot of things that I love about hiking with my pup, Rumi. The way her tail gets a kink in the end when she's really, really excited, for example. The way her tongue falls out of the side of her mouth when she's really tired. The way she runs and wags her tail at the same time as though she can't stop smiling. Perhaps my favorite thing, though, is the way she runs, awkwardly, just like her human. Neither of us was built to run. Even before the accident, I wasn't much of a runner, and I certainly wasn't graceful. Neither is she. Where her best pup friend appeared to glide across the horizon, his back parallel with the earth beneath him, legs spinning in smooth, perfect circles, Rumi's pit bull bloodhound breeding relegated her to a stilted waddle, rather like a pirate with two peg legs swinging stiffly, bouncing each side of her hind end in rhythm with her cadence. It ain't graceful, but it is adorable. If either of them had a chance at catching a squirrel, it would not be my sweet Rumi. Perhaps the thing I love most about life with this little pooch, though, is that this truth doesn't stop her. It doesn't keep her from following the scent of a deer through the woods at full tilt. It doesn't keep her from thundering along behind her canine friends in the park, and it certainly doesn't keep her from chasing squirrels, which are, incidentally, rather good runners. Watching her give chase to the umpteenth millionth squirrel she spotted in the woods some months back, I was inspired. That little dog has never caught a squirrel. The chances of her accomplishing this feat are so remote, I believe the furry little rats actually taunt her with barks of their own from high up in the branches of the trees. But she'll never stop chasing them. Some part of her believes she might just do it. At the very least, a measurable part of her believes she should always try. And, as is evident from the kink in her tail, the panting, the incessant wagging, she loves the experience itself. She loves the pursuit, even if it is hard work. What if we chased our own dreams that way? What if we never considered the improbability of success? What if we never worried about the challenges? What if we just chased our dreams because we want to, because it's worth a try? What if we kept working at them because somewhere deep down we kept believing in ourselves and what we're capable of? Perhaps we could take a lesson from our four-legged friends and launch ourselves into the pursuit of our dreams with reckless abandon, dodging obstacles, refusing to believe they are challenges at all, knowing we'll come through the experience with tongues lolling out the sides of our mouths and kinks in our tails. Not necessarily because we've been successful, but because the pursuit itself is the joy, the growth, the evidence that we can, at least, believe so deeply in ourselves that the work toward what we yearn for is living the dream. Since I made that blog post more than 5 years ago, Rumi did actually eventually catch something. A group of us were meandering slowly down a dirt road, and some friends and I had let the dogs out to run in the fields alongside the cars. Rue, in her beautiful way, lagged behind, stopping to smell everything, and then scrambling in her awkward, built-like-a-brick-house way to catch up to the group. And then, suddenly, out of nowhere, a rabbit shot out of the long grasses and onto the dirt road, clearly startled and intending to escape the lead dogs in the pack that were thundering across the field. Encountering cars on the road and startled still more, the poor creature's eyes widened and in a flash she course-corrected and headed full tilt the other direction, right into Rumi's path. What a terrible mental picture to give you. Forgive me, but I have a reason. The thing is, sometimes we're hunting and chasing a thing and we know we're on the trail, but we just can't quite get to it. And then suddenly it appears right in front of us because there was someone out there to help us a little. Last year, as 2022 came to a close, I set out to chase my own squirrel dream. After barely making the jarring hard right turn in my life path, I decided that since I didn't really know what to dream about creating in my future, I was going to make myself something else in 2023, specifically a badass goddess witch. And as regular listeners know, it's been a hell of a journey. Also, it's been a wonderful, enriching, deepening experience. I've grown in ways I never thought possible. In parts of my life I thought I already kind of had figured out. Like any of us ever have anything really figured out. I have, however, discovered that I have a more powerful intuition and energy than I thought. I just had to learn some deeper ways to connect to it. And through the successes I realized in that process, I also discovered I have a deeper passion for being a spiritual teacher than I was willing to admit before. Which is precisely why I've decided to set myself on another squirrel dream. This year, I want to share all this stuff in a more real way. I want to give others the tools and gifts and wisdom I learned from the masters who have taught me throughout my life, and especially throughout this last year. I want to be able to guide soul light seekers in the ways that I was guided to help us all create happier, healthier, more fulfilling lives we love living. I want to be a lamp on the path of anyone that is interested in walking it. And if that's you, if you want to change your life and dedicate yourself to a dream, I want to be your cheerleader, or like your golf caddy that hands you the club I think might be best for this particular shot you're about to take. Just let me know. You can find all my digital connection points at linktr.ee/Jacqueline Lanae. That's JACLYNLANAE. Cheers to surviving 2023. Cheers to catching our squirrels, or rabbits, once in a while. Cheers to you, and cheers to our best year yet, individually and collectively. Happy New Year!